Hey there, Justice 3 Gaming, and welcome back to another daily dose of Marvel Strike Force with me, Justice, and today's going to be another how to beat, and this time we're going to be doing the skills section of Doom 2. This one's a little bit different because it takes a little bit of pre-planning because the power of this team almost works against itself, so there's a little bit of strategy between the nodes that you have to understand, which is pretty much that you got to make sure Kestrel stays charged up, and the rest of it, rest of the success of this should follow. The reason why I say that their power works against themselves a little bit is that it doesn't allow enough turns to go by to really charge this team up for the next node. So a lot of the times at their current power level right now, Kestrel's almost never ready, so it really starts at the first node where I got to use a lot of basic attacks to get this whole thing taken care of. But I do have to have a powerful turn one so that way I get the center area of the wave under control. So we're going to jump into it. I'm going to be using Secret Avengers with Shang-Chi. Shang-Chi is there for speed bar reduction, massive amounts of damage, and laying out those vulnerabilities for characters like Sharon to take advantage of. Like I was saying before, the first move of each node usually is for me to use Kestrel's special in order to be able to get as many defense downs out there as possible, but getting her charged up for the next round can be challenging without risking losing a character in the previous node. So without further ado, let's get started right here. Black Bolt is always a danger. You guys should know that by now. But what is the biggest problem? Which is the Astonishing X-Men here. Now, any kills that actually happen out on the field, it's going to speed these guys up a lot. Okay, so making sure they don't do that is priority number one, and usually avoid summoning with Maria Hill is kind of my go-to strategy here. Positioning wise, it's pretty typical of a team with a tank, which is jam them all over into one, jam your tank over into one corner, making sure that someone who can take a chain hit is going to be perfectly fine. I move Maria Hill over a couple spaces so that way she doesn't take a ton of chain damage, and that way she can keep healing this team for every deflect that's out there. It's 50-50 shot on that, but it's better than nothing, and you need to keep her protected. I'm not using Moondragon. I don't know why this game keeps trying to get me to use Moondragon. I think it's a power level thing. Sharon here, ability block, ability block, ability block, and she hits like a truck. I mean, that's one of the reasons why this team is almost too strong. And of course, we got Sam here for the speed bar manipulation and energy and very, very cheap special, which keeps his taunt live. Alright, I'm going to start off in the center by using Kestrel's special. Now, here is where I actually got to be conscious of what's happening. I have to basically just use basics for the rest of this round, but I am going to try to take out as much of the center as possible first with his ult and then charge it up later. I didn't use his ult because that's what I don't want to do. I need to buy time right now. Get rid of that defense down. See, that had the possibility of getting Maria Hill in a bunch of trouble there with Black Bolt. I am gonna heal with her because there's no, I can wait to heal on most of the other nodes in skill. I can't tell if she's charged or not. Yeah, I use basics on that, and I may have to dial it back a little bit more, and right away, I won't use Sam's ult. I have to buy more time and just make sure that the Astonishing X-Men are taken down before the whole thing. I don't think Kestrel is ready. Unless some magical energy made it her way. Now, this next one can get super tricky. You cannot summon with Yellow Jacket out there. In a perfect world, this whole corner should be defense down. Yeah. You see, she was one turn away from it. I have to basic my way out. Now, this is my usual backup strategy when this happens. Straight for Yellow Jacket. It's usually going to hit somewhere else. And I'm hoping it's Falcon, but it usually isn't. Alright, I am summoning now, hopefully to take out Yellow Jacket. That's good. Alright, let's stop this from happening. Magneto's a big problem if he can get that blind off. I am going to handle Polaris first. That disrupt can be pretty bad. Alright, we got that good heal in. Alright, now they're fresh for the next round. Alright, Kestrel has her full charge, which is good. Sam's ult is what I need charged up for the next round. And, time for the boss node. Alright, skill. Okay, this one is tricky also because you don't want Doom's ult to go off super fast because right away he's gonna use that special, which can be pretty devastating to the team. This team in particular usually does survive even when that happens for me right now, so not a huge deal, but you shouldn't let it happen if you don't have to. So when the defense downs come out, I am going to be focusing more on Hawkeye and Polaris than the other characters to start, till I can get that ability block on Doom. I will not use his ult here because that for sure is too big of a hit, and Doom definitely will go off. Oh no. Okay. This means Thanos is going to get the taunt. I'll be able to wipe it with Kestrel, and I'll make it right back to Doom. I should be fine. Actually, I could stop that from happening. Oh, she's blind. Well, so much for having a perfect stream on this one. And the taunt. I'm only going to be able to wipe the ones on himself. All right, Sharon should beat Doom to it. Yes. And he yellowed, so he's gonna get that energy. He's not gonna be able to do anything with it. Game over. Don't sleep on this guy. He will put the hurt on you. Let's just use it because why not at this point? We're on the last node. Do need to make sure Kestrel's charged up for her section though. That's not gonna happen. With the defense down, that passive trigger is amazing. All right, let's highlight this team real quick in my profiles. Okay, so let's go to the raid section. All right, here we go. All right, so this team is extremely effective on that series, but I gotta tell you, if you don't follow that strategy that I used from 1, 2 to 3, even the backup strategy doesn't, always work out the way that I need it to. But as long as you're smart, you can swing your strategy as you go along and adapt. Now, ultimately, I do want that full charge. Now, the only way to get that at this point of my team's power level, because they're almost hitting too hard, is that in the first node, I'm just going to add, as soon as that defense down goes out, just make sure to neutralize the Astonishing X-Men with basics and pretty much fight the rest of the fight that way. That way I can pretty much guarantee that Kestrel's going to be ready to go. That's the best case scenario for node 2. And remember, on the third node, you want to get Doom ability blocked before you start taking any big shots. And for the most part, you got to take singular target attacks on those defense downs so you don't trigger that energy that Doom gets that will ultimately usually fry you down to the ground. He will raise your entire team. But once that happens, as you can see right there, you can take them down. Now, I got to tell you, it looked smooth. But this particular section of nodes, you make one small mistake and all the other characters of any one of those 3 nodes will absolutely make you pay for it. You will probably lose 1, 2 characters. If that goes any farther than that, you're probably going to have the entire team wasted. You're better off just like force shutting down the game, saving the team, so that way you don't have to spend a bazillion heals to get your team back up and running. So again, we're going to go with the ISOs since I already explained positioning. Of course, you want Kestrel to have that extra damage, especially with her basic. That way, whenever she comes back with that vulnerability, she's got a chance for that piercing. Well, not piercing, that's a raider. But she's got that extra damage working for her, and she's going to hit that much harder. Same thing goes with Sharon Carter. Ultimately, she's the best controller for this group because she's got that ability block and a really big stun that actually wipes out all positive statuses for whatever target that you choose for that character. I highly recommend characters like Thanos, and if you have the opportunity and it's going to work out to your advantage, make sure that Ebony Maw goes as soon as possible too. He's usually pretty protected right away, so he's got a ton of positives there that are going to keep him protected. Get rid of those, stun him, work everybody else down to the bone, and you should be good to go. Now, of course, Kestrel and Sharon, they're going to get that double on the return. You want to keep Maria Hill very, very fresh and healthy. And even though her heals it's a 50-50 shot. There's RNG there that's crazy to even think that's a part of her kit, but it's there. And so any of the deflects that are out there, that's why it's important to get those soldiers out there. But these nodes are specifically designed to kind of punish you for summoning, and so you got to be careful with that, especially in node 2 with the 2 yellow jackets that are there. You got to take care of those guys before you even consider bringing out the summons. And those 2 silver surfers, oof, boy, can that be a problem. And Shang-Chi, now his positioning is actually one of the most important positionings on this squad right here, because you want to keep the 2 most important protections of the team completely safe. Now that means no heal blocks, no negative statuses, none of those debuffs that can go there. And his special is very, very cheap, so it comes up quite often. So when the negative statuses hit your tank or your healer, he can wipe them right away and heal himself back up with the benefit of having speed bar. What that's going to do for him is going to allow him to use his ult, which is going to take away their speed bar and allow more turns to come for the Secret Avengers, and increase that likelihood of you winning that fight. So hopefully you guys found this helpful. I saw the opportunity, since nobody was jumping in real quick on the raids, to do another how to be in the skill section. Hopefully we can find another way of getting that way with I believe it's the Mystic. Is it called Mystic or is it Cosmic? I fly through there on that one so fast with the Eternals that I almost forget what it's even called. The tech section, still the most difficult area. Can one-shot first 2 nodes, but it's a guaranteed 2-shot when I go up against this one, because I got a second team that burns out Doom. But we're talking this one right here, the Mystics. Actually, I'm thinking about trying a variation in the Mystic section, although Cloak and Dagger and Deathpool are they're built for raids, so I feel like I don't want to do that. But as of right now, Wong is such a good tank. It's insane. Probably the best tank in the game right now. I absolutely love that guy. So yet again, I hope you guys had a good time watching the show today. I hope you found something helpful. If you did, let me know in the comments down below if you're watching this on YouTube, or come on by when you see me pop up live right here on twitch.tv/Justice3 Gaming. Although, of course, if you're a bigger fan of YouTube, please like this stream or video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and turn on the notifications bell so you do know when I'm streaming or uploading any new content for you guys. I do play a bunch of other games right now. I'm absolutely enthralled with Elden Ring. I'm actually thinking about doing my first big guide set of videos for that game. Keep on the lookout for that. If you guys need any help with that, let me know. Until next time, I wish you all passion, love, and gaming. Never forget rule number 1, and that's you go where the fun is, and that's what I've done here today. Thanks again for watching, guys, and I'll see you on the next one.